Welcome to Stoic Horizon, where real love begins with you. Hey, can I ask you something real? Have you ever felt like you were missing something, even when surrounded by people? Maybe it wasn't about having the perfect job or the perfect partner, but something deeper just clicked. You kept searching for it. Days later, weeks later. Why? It wasn't magic, and it wasn't luck. It was something profound, something powerful. It was how you felt when you realized it starts with you. See, real love isn't about just finding someone else. That fades. What lasts is how you feel about yourself when you're alone. And here's the twist most people don't see. You don't find love by searching. You find love by becoming the person who knows their worth. The person who walks through life with calm, quiet confidence. The person who doesn't seek validation because they are their own validation. That's what today's about. We're not talking about games or tricks. That stuff doesn't work. Today, I'm going to show you something different, something real. 10 Stoic steps to becoming the person you can't forget. Not by doing more, but by being more. Let's begin. Step 1. Become rare like gold. You ever seen those rare baseball cards or that one video game that's always sold out? People chase those things hard, not because they need them, but because they can't easily get them. Same thing with attraction. If you're always texting, always calling, always showing up, you become like background noise, easy to tune out. But when you pull back, not out of fear, but because you're focused on your own path, something changes. You become like a sunset, beautiful, but not always there. People notice what's rare. Be that. Step 3. Build a life that feels full without her. A lot of guys lose themselves when they like someone. They stop going to the gym, stop seeing their friends. But the man she remembers is the one who didn't stop his life for her. He kept building. He went fishing with his dad. He helped his neighbor move. He laughed with his friends. He had a life that felt full. And when she sees that, she feels something strange. She wants to be part of that world, not because you begged, but because you inspired her. Step 4. Leave a mark with your silence. Sometimes saying nothing is louder than 100 texts. You know that moment in movies when the hero just looks and you feel everything he's thinking? That's the kind of silence I'm talking about. Don't fill space with words just to be heard. Let your actions speak. Hold eye contact. Walk with purpose. Pause before you speak. Be the man who can sit in silence and still be remembered. Step 5. Give but don't chase. There's a big difference between giving your heart and losing yourself. Give your time. Give your respect. Give your attention. But never give away your self-worth. If she doesn't see your value, don't try to convince her. Walk away with grace. That's power. That's what makes her look back and think, he was different. Step 6. Control your emotions like a firefighter. When things go wrong, how do you react? Do you blow up, get jealous, panic? Or do you breathe and stay calm? Imagine a firefighter running into a burning building. He doesn't scream, he doesn't freeze, he handles it. That's how you should be with your emotions. Be the rock in the storm. That's when she realizes he's not like the others. Step 7. Create mystery with your purpose. If you're always available, there's no mystery. If she knows everything about you in 1 week, there's nothing to discover. Keep some parts of you sacred, not because you're hiding, but because you're growing. Let her wonder what book you're reading, where you're going next, what you dream about at night. Mystery makes memory. Step 8. Be unshakable in your standards. If she tests you and you fold, you lose her respect. If she disrespects your time and you just smile, you lose yourself. But if you calmly walk away when your values are crossed, if you stay strong even when it's hard, you gain something better than attention. You gain honor, and people feel that. Step 9. Be present when you're with her. Put down your phone, look in her eyes, and really listen. You don't have to be rich to make someone feel seen. Laugh at her stories, ask about her dreams. Remember what matters to her. That kind of presence stays in a woman's heart long after you're gone. Step 10. Live for something bigger than attraction. If your world is about making her like you, you'll feel small. Live for your family, your craft, your purpose. You become powerful and stop needing her approval. That's when she gives it. People are drawn to strength that doesn't shout, to love that doesn't beg. Be the man who lives with purpose. Here's the truth. You don't need to impress anyone. You don't need to chase love. Become the kind of man who doesn't need to be remembered, but is. Because of who he is, how he lives, whole with or without her. So don't wait. Become that man and watch what happens. Calm confidence, the secret she can't ignore. Ever been in a room full of people, but only one person stands out? That man didn't try too hard, wasn't loud or flashy. He had something different, quiet, powerful, unexplainable. That's calm confidence, one of the most attractive things. This isn't just about dating, it's about life. Become the man who doesn't chase anything, knows who he is. He doesn't need approval, doesn't beg for attention. He stands still like a mountain, unshaken. Imagine this. You're in a meeting and things aren't going your way. Most people react, get defensive, or lose their cool. But not you. You've learned to lead, not react. You stay calm, focused, and in control. You listen, you strategize, and you guide the conversation. And suddenly, the room shifts. People notice your composure, your confidence. They start to follow your lead. That's the power of leadership. That's unforgettable. Part 2. Calm is the new confidence. Let's make this simple. People in America love confidence, but not the fake kind. Not loud bragging, not flexing on Instagram, not buying stuff you can't afford to look rich. They love real confidence, the kind that doesn't need to speak, but gets listened to. The kind that walks into a room and doesn't ask for attention, but gets it anyway. That's calm confidence. That's what makes women look twice. That's what makes people want to follow you. That's what makes you different. Think about men like Denzel Washington. He's calm, he's quiet, but when he speaks, you listen because there's power in his peace. You can have that too, but you have to stop reacting. You have to stop being ruled by your feelings. You have to train yourself to pause, to breathe, to think before acting. That's stoic power. That's real strength. Life's chaos is inevitable. But in the storm, find your stillness. When everything's loud, be the calm. Bills, stress, noise, they're all there. But you breathe, you focus, you become the eye of the storm, and in that peace you find strength. That's what draws people back. In a world of chaos, be the stillness. Predictability kills attraction. Being too available, always saying yes, always texting first. You become easy to forget, like the same radio song every day. But mystery makes people think, wonder, and remember. Imagine you text good morning every day. Nice at first, but over time, it fades. One morning, you don't text, not because you're mad, but busy chasing dreams. Suddenly, she notices, where's his message? That's the power of space, the power of having a life. Part 5. Fill your life with purpose. Now here's the twist that changes everything. This journey, it's not about her, it's about you. You didn't come to this earth to chase people. You came to build something, to lead something, to become someone. Your goals, your purpose, your mission. That's where your energy belongs. And when you build that kind of life, full of passion and purpose, you don't need to get her back. She'll find her way to you because purpose is magnetic. Growth is attractive. A man on a mission is unforgettable. In the end, the man who wins isn't the loudest, the richest, or the flashiest. It's the one who's calm when others panic, who leads when others follow. The one who doesn't break under pressure, but becomes better because of it. That's you. You're not here to impress. You're here to improve. You're not here to chase. You're here to become. So from now on, walk with purpose, speak with peace, live with power, because that's what makes you unforgettable, not just to her, but to yourself. Let's say you were out with her once. The sun was out. Music was playing in the car. You said something funny. She laughed so hard she couldn't stop. She may forget what you wore. She may forget where you went, but she'll remember that laugh. Now picture this. She's at home. It's quiet. A song plays, that same song from the car. She smiles and thinks of you. That's the kind of moment that stays. It's not about chasing her. It's about living in a way that leaves memories behind, like footprints on a beach. You don't do that by begging for attention. You do that by being present when you're with her and being strong when you're not. Let's say you were out with her once. The sun was out. Music was playing in the car. You said something funny. She laughed so hard she couldn't stop. She may forget what you wore. She may forget where you went, but she'll remember that laugh. Now picture this. She's at home. It's quiet. A song plays, that same song from the car. She smiles and thinks of you. That's the kind of moment that stays. It's not about chasing her. It's about living in a way that leaves memories behind, like footprints on a beach. You don't do that by begging for attention. You do that by being present when you're with her and being strong when you're not. Let me tell you a story about being a memory, not just a message. There was a man named James. He made every moment count, truly present with those he was with. He listened, he cared, and when he left, he didn't fill the silence with messages. He let the space speak, and it made them want to see him again. Because attraction isn't about doing more, it's about being more. So remember, be a memory, not just a message. What do you care about? What are you building? Who are you trying to become? A man with a mission leaves a mark. A man with values becomes hard to forget. Be that man. When you walk away, let her feel the strength you carry, the way you opened the door for her, the way you made her laugh when she was down, the way you didn't fold when life got hard. That kind of man stays in her heart. Become the prize. Here's the truth. People value what they work for. If something's too easy, they stop caring. That's why rare things feel special. So don't make your presence cheap. Don't be the guy who drops everything for a girl who hasn't earned your time. Your time is valuable. Your attention is a gift. Saw this all over my FYP, but is it actually worth the hype? Let's find out. Day 1. Make her earn it, not by games, but by respecting herself and respecting you. Give love, give kindness, but also give space. Day 7. And when she gets your time, make it matter. Plant seeds, then let them grow. A smile is a seed. A kind word is a seed. Day 30. Now walk away. Let those seeds grow. Let her miss you. Let her wonder. Let her think back. Because when she's alone and those thoughts start growing, that's when you've truly stayed in her mind. Not by force, not by fear, but by being unforgettable. Join the Hat Respect Challenge and show your growth. Hey, let me ask you something. Have you ever felt someone's presence not because they spoke, but because they didn't? They didn't text, they didn't call, yet they were all you could think about. That's the power of silence. It's not always about being there. Sometimes it's about not being there in the right way. You don't need to beg for her attention. You don't need to send a bunch of texts. Just be the kind of person whose absence speaks louder than words. Let's talk about the power of quiet. In a world full of noise, silence can be your greatest ally. When you step back, you create space for reflection. You find clarity in the calm, strength in the stillness. It's not about being absent, it's about being present in a different way. Embrace the quiet and let it guide you to your true self. You don't have to disappear forever. You don't have to play games. You just give her space. You give yourself space too, to grow, to breathe, to be. Like when you smell a campfire days later and think about that trip with friends. Or you hear a song and suddenly remember someone you loved. It's not about trying to be remembered, it's about living in a way that's impossible to forget. We always want what feels rare. Think about it. If your favorite food was in your kitchen every single day, it wouldn't feel special. But if you only had it on weekends or birthdays, you'd look forward to it. It's the same with you. When you're always available, always texting, always saying yes, you don't feel like a treasure. You feel like a vending machine. But when you take time for yourself, when you build yourself, you become a rare find. That's when she starts to miss you. Not because you're gone, but because who you are is something that can't be replaced. Saw this all over my FYP, but is it actually worth the hype? Let's find out. Day 1, building my world, starting with a workout. Day 7, read 2 books, feeling inspired. Day 14, launched my side hustle, excitement level up. Day 21, visited a new place, a little scary but thrilling. Day 30, my world, expanding, confidence, unmatched. She's noticing, and now she wants to be part of it. Join the Build Your World Challenge and show your journey. Let your actions speak louder than your presence. Smile when she talks. Listen when she's quiet. Show kindness without needing a reward. She won't need a reminder. She'll remember you anyway. A Stoic heart beats quietly, but powerfully. The old Stoics, like Marcus Aurelius, said, "He who lives in harmony with himself lives in harmony with the universe." That means if you feel strong inside, you don't have to chase anything outside. Not love, not approval, not attention. Be calm like the ocean. Be strong like the mountain. Be clear like the sky. When you are centered, she feels it. And when she's alone, she'll remember how safe she felt around you. Let me tell you about Tony, the coffee shop guy. Tony had a crush on a girl at his local coffee shop. Every morning, they'd chat, laugh, and flirt a little. But then, Tony stopped coming in every day. He started going to the gym, reading more, and focusing on his business. He still liked her, but he didn't chase her. Guess what happened? She noticed. One day, she asked, "Where have you been?" And just like that, the game changed. She was curious and missed how he made her feel. Not because he begged, but because he lived his life. Don't rush back in. This part is important. When you give space, don't panic. Let her wonder. Let her feel that little ache of missing you. If you jump back in too soon, you kill the magic. Let the silence work. Let it breathe. Let her miss you. Because missing you is part of loving you. At the end of the day, ask yourself, who are you becoming? Am I chasing her, or am I building myself? Become a man with purpose who loves his life. That's the real secret. Now it's your turn. Start today. Pick one goal, one thing that helps you grow. Go for a walk without your phone. Read a book instead of texting her. Do one thing that brings you closer to who you want to be. The world remembers men who remember who they are. And the woman who's meant for you, she'll feel your strength even in your silence. And when she finally does hear from you, she'll smile because she missed you. And deep down, she never forgot you. Let me explain. Sometimes she might pull away. She might stop texting for a while. She might go quiet. She might even say something that feels sharp, like a little poke. She's not doing it to hurt you. She's watching. She's asking, without using words, "Can I trust this man to be calm when things get tough?" And here's where many men mess up. They panic. They chase after her with texts. They try to fix things that aren't even broken. They explain too much. They get scared. They let their emotions take over. They start to feel like they're losing her, and they act from fear instead of peace. But there's another kind of man, a different kind. Imagine this. There's a man named David. He's 35 and lives in Texas. He's been dating Sarah for a few months. Things were going well. But one weekend, she stopped calling. No message, nothing. David could have panicked or gotten angry, but he didn't. Instead, he went for a walk, visited his mom, and stayed calm. When Sarah finally messaged, she said, "I needed space, but you made me feel safe." That's emotional strength. That's attraction without words. Being emotionally stable doesn't mean you're cold. It means you're calm and collected. It doesn't mean you don't care. It means you care in a stronger, deeper way. Your heart is steady, like a tree with deep roots. In life, storms come, bad days, misunderstandings. In those moments, you have a choice. Do you react fast or do you pause? Do you get angry or do you breathe? Because women feel your energy more than your words. If your energy is calm, they feel safe. Remember, he who is not a slave to his emotions is the master of his fate. Let that sink in. If you can stay calm, even when your heart is shaking a little, if you can trust yourself when things feel unsure, if you can let go of needing to fix or chase, you become rare, special, memorable. You become the person they respect, the one they think about when they're alone, the one who stands out from the crowd. So next time they pull back, you stay cool. They get quiet, you don't panic. They test you, you smile inside and breathe. You remember, this is just a test, and I'm built for this. No chasing, no begging, no crumbling, just peace, stillness, power. Because the one who refuses to break is the one they can't stop thinking about.
One day, when you least expect it, you're going to see her again. Maybe it's in the grocery store. Maybe you run into her at a friend's barbecue. Maybe she sends a random text that says, "Hey, how have you been?" And in that one moment, you will have a choice. Will you be the same guy she used to know, or will you show her a man who has changed? Because here's the truth, you only get one shot to leave a new impression. If you're still the man who chased her, if you're still the man who made her the center of his whole world, if you're still unsure of yourself, always looking for her approval, she won't feel anything. No spark, no curiosity, no second look, no what if.
But if she sees a man who has grown, a man who is stronger, wiser, more sure of himself, more grounded, a man who has clearly been working on his life, building his path, living with purpose, then everything shifts. She'll feel it before you say a word. She'll start wondering, what happened to him? Why does he feel so calm now? How did he change without me? And here's the big twist. You didn't change to get her back. You grew for you. You hit the gym, not to show off, but to build discipline. You read books, not to impress, but to open your mind. You chased dreams, not to prove something to her, but to discover the man you could become.
Meet Chris. Chris lives in North Carolina. He was in love with a woman named Anna. They dated for a year, but things didn't work out. But when she left, Chris was broken. He texted her every day. He begged. He said things like, "I can't live without you." But one day, Chris stopped. Not because he stopped caring, but because he realized something big. He had forgotten who he was, so he started again. He signed up for a boxing class.
I read Meditations by Marcus Aurelius, and it changed everything. I started waking up early, eating better, and spending time with my dad again. I became quiet, focused, calm. 6 months later, Anna saw me at a wedding. I didn't say much, but my energy was different. I just smiled, hugged some old friends, danced a little, and left. 2 days later, Anna texted me, "I can't stop thinking about you. You seem different." That's the power of real growth. Now, listen close. This is where a lot of men go wrong. They try to improve to get her back. They hit the gym just to post photos. They read books just to sound smart. They talk about success just to make her jealous. But that's not strength. That's performance. Real strength is silent. Real growth is personal. You do it for yourself because you deserve it. Saw this all over my FYP, but is it actually worth the hype? Let's find out. Day 1. Becoming the best version of me. Feels daunting. Expectations? Manageable. Focused on growth. Day 7. Okay, wait, is that progress? Feeling more centered. Not a miracle yet, but I'm evolving. Day 30. Wait, confidence? Unshakable. Energy? Radiant. Presence? Powerful. Okay, yeah, I'm obsessed with this journey. Join the #Best Version Challenge and share your transformation. Let her feel what she missed, not because you told her, but because your life shows her. Are you living a life that makes you excited? Are you doing things that challenge you and help you grow? Or are you still waiting, hoping, wishing for her to notice? Because the person who makes themselves the mission, the one who values their time, their peace, their progress, that person becomes unforgettable. They're not loud, they're not flashy, they just walk into a room and people feel something. A quiet strength, a grounded power, a presence that speaks louder than any words ever could. Here's what to do now. 1. Build your body. Not for approval, but for your discipline. Every push-up is a promise to yourself. 2. Grow your mind. Read every day. Learn new things. Become the man who knows who he is. 3. Protect your peace. Don't let people steal your energy. Set boundaries. Say no when you need to. 4. Live with purpose. Wake up each day with a plan, even if it's small. Direction matters more than speed. 5. Be patient. Growth takes time. Quiet seasons come before powerful breakthroughs. And when the day comes, and it will, when she sees you again, she won't just remember the man you were. She'll feel the man you've become, and she'll think to herself, how did I let him go? Not because you chased, not because you begged, but because you became the kind of man no one forgets. Everything we talked about today comes down to one powerful truth: master yourself. Because when you do, you never have to chase anyone. You don't play games. You don't seek approval. You don't beg for love. You become love. You become strength. You become the quiet power in the room. So pause and ask yourself right now, are you living a life that feels strong? Or are you still waiting for someone else to make you feel whole? Make your life exciting. Make your peace a priority. Make your growth your mission. And when you do that, you won't need her to come back. But if she does, she'll return to a man who's stronger, wiser, and more complete. And that's the man she can't stop thinking about. If this message speaks to you, type "Focus on growth, not approval" in the comments below. Let's inspire each other. Let's rise together. Let's become stronger, wiser, and more grounded every single day. Thanks for being here with Stoic Horizon. Stay strong, stay calm, and keep building your inner strength. See you in the next video.